Okay, everybody, we're gonna make this awesome bracelet. So just so you know, I'm going to be using some 8/0s that are here. I got them at Aura Crystals. I will leave a link in the description bar if you're so interested. Let's see, Aura Crystals, it came in a 30-gram bag. They are size 8. The color is, it's a Miyuki, by the way, and the color is 8-0452. And some 11s that are Toho, but they're very much the same color. It's like a blue iris kind of color. It's really nice. What's the number on the vial here? 1951-98. So that's that. And you'll only need a couple of grams. You won't need much. Okay, and some really cool focal beads, the fun beads, as I like to think of them. We have 4mm bicones, and it's a padparadscha, or an Indian pink, in satin. Padparadscha satin, and they're really nice. They have a bit of a smoke. I don't know if you can really tell in my hand here. Whoop. They're not as bright as the regular padparadscha, but very, very cool, and they look really nice with the beads. I've also got, I'll leave a link to the seller of these too. These are really nice. The other beads I'm using are rounduos because I like to stay on top of my current beads. So I'm using a blend. I've mixed them up. There's Crystal Magic Black. This particular set came in a bag, but they usually come in vials. And this is a rounduo Crystal Magic Orchid. That's it. And they're really nice. They're similar. One is a little more purple than the other, but they mix together really, really nicely. So I thought I'd blend the two together. And I've got two silver wire guardians, and I'm going to be using this grape leaf toggle clasp. I have mentioned these clasps before. If you're interested, I did a clasp bead haul video that was all clasps. If you're wanting to know more about these, then go and watch that. But they're pretty common. They're easy to find on eBay. I got a whole bunch of them for pretty cheap, and they're really nice. So anyway, that's what we're doing. I also have, for my thread, this time around, I'm using Sonoko Nozua Japanese bead thread. It's called Sono thread, in a natural color. It's not white or anything. It's Japanese nylon bead thread that this amazing bead artist uses in Japan. She has a great book out, and it's in English. Most of her books are in Japanese, but the one that I have is in English, and she does amazing things. So if you're interested in Sonoko Nozue, just search her, and you'll find on Amazon, you'll find copies of books, and on eBay as well. Anyway, the thread is nice. I got it at Off the Beaded Path with Kelly Dale, as I'm sure some of you are familiar. So this is a nice thread to use in these circumstances because it's supple, but it's strong, and it's got more body than Nymo, but it's not super rigid. It's not as rigid as, say, a monofilament would be. I know sometimes we like to use monofilament in bracelets, but I don't have any monofilament that would work, so that's why I'm using this stuff, and it's really, really good stuff. I like it a lot. So what you want to do is cut about an arm span's length across the chest, so about a yard and a half, and thread 2 needles on the end here, on either end. Match up your tails so that they're the same, and we can begin. Okay, so I've matched up my tails and my ends by putting my needles together and just making sure everything is even. And now I'm going to take one of my guardians, wire guardians, twisted threads. That's one thing I don't like. Bear with me, bear with me. There. So I've gone through one side of the wire guardian. Where did it go? Starting this bracelet is picky, but once we get going, I promise you it's not that hard. So I've gone through one half of my guardian, and here's I'm going through the other. Like this. And then we are going to bring our needles together. Pull. And do watch and make sure that your thread stays in the little channel in the wire guardian, because it can very easily come out. So there we go. That's how you know you're centered. And okay, so to get started with the bead working part of this process is get untwisted here. Man. Okay, grab one 8/0 bead on your left, one needle on the right, or one 8/0 on the right, and then another 8/0 and cross through. And just for good measure, I'm going to put my needles together like this. And you're going to have this at the end. See? And then we're going to proceed with another square. So, one 8/0 on each needle. And another one on one needle, and then cross through. And pull down. Sometimes you need to make sure they're seated. This will all get straightened out. We're going to add some 11s later. And that will make this sit a lot less wonky. There. Okay. So we have our two little groups, little boxes I should say, like this. Now what we want to do is pick up one rounduo on one needle, another rounduo on the other, and an 8, and cross through the 8. It's very straightforward. There we go. Just like this. And you're going to do that same step over and over until you get to the length that you want. One thing to think about is your clasp and the size of it. I'm using a big clasp because my bracelet was a bit short, so I thought, well, rather than use up my rounduos on this, I'll just use a big clasp. Okay, so I've done a few stitches, and you'll see that it gets easier as you go. Excuse me. It gets easier as you go. The rounduos are kind of heavy, so at this point they seem like a little bit unwieldy, but they will straighten up and fly right, I promise. So just remember, add one rounduo on either needle, and then cross through the 8 until you get to your length. And that will be when it's time to do something else. So I will share that with you momentito. Okay, so I'm down to my last pair of rounduos that I'm going to add. So let's do that. One on one needle, one on the other needle. Pick up an 8. And we'll cross through it. There. Okay. So we've got all our rounduos on. I'm going to measure this for us because I don't actually know how long it is. As it sits, it is, just the rounduo part is 6 inches. So by the end I'll get probably I'll get to about an 8 or close to it by the end of this process because my clasp is so big. Just so you know, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 42, 46, 48, 52, 4, 6, 8. 58 rounduos. So if you wanted this all one color, one vial would work because there's 74, 75 approximately in a vial. So one vial will work just fine. You will have beads left over. Okay. Now, what I want to do is just like what we did over on at the beginning. I hope you can see all this. So I'm going to pick up 1 8 on either needle and another 8 and cross through it. Like this. Pull. There we go. And and I'm going to put 1/8 on either end, or on either needle I should say, and pick up my other wire guardian, and I'm going to put one needle through, it's a little bit fussy, but it's worth it. Here's the other. Now you take the other needle and we're going to go through the guardian as well, the other way. Carefully. Okay, so now we need to pull. Come on. It works when the camera's not on. I'm serious, there's something weird about that. I know I'm not the only one. Okay. I tell you, it took me no time to fix it, I swear. It's the camera. It makes me a klutz. So, now that we've essentially crossed our needles through the wire guardian, which we're treating like a bead in this case, bring your thread, park your other needle someplace else because we don't need it right now. So get it out of your life for the moment. And now it comes down to adding bicones and 11s. So right now we're going to fill this gap here with an 11. So pick up an 11 and go through this 8. Pick up an 11 and go through the second hole of your rounduo like this. Of course, you're watching, so now I'm going to make mistakes. There. There, now we've got this. It looks more like an armature now. It's sturdy. See? 2 11s between the 8s. And second hole of the rounduo. First rounduo. Okay, so I've gone through the second hole of my rounduos. I added an 11 right here between the rounduo, the first two, and just pulled it and it fills the gap. And we're going to do that the whole way while we embellish. So now what we need to do is pick up 2 11s, our bicone, and 2 11s, and go back through your the second hole of your rounduos and the 11 in the middle. So you go through both of those. There. Now you grab an 11. I hope you can see this. Grab an 11 and then you go through the next rounduo on the second hole. And then you grab 2 11s, a bicone, and 2 more 11s. And then you go back, and you go back through the previous rounduo and your 11 and the rounduo you're coming out of. Like so. Sorry. You couldn't see that. Like that, see? and we pick up an 11, go through the outer hole of our rounduo, like so. Grab 2 11s, a bicone, and 2 11s, and go back through your rounduo, through your 11, and through the rounduo you're coming out of, and pull. Ba-ba! We have an embellishment! Yay! Isn't it exciting? This is also acting like reinforcement. So 11 through the outer hole of the rounduo, 2 more 11s, a bicone, 2 more 11s, and back through the previous rounduo, 11, and then the rounduo you're coming out of. And that's how you're going to get this sort of tessellated look. So you're going to do that all the way up, and then turn around and take your other thread and do the other side, okay, in the same exact way. And then we will be ready to finish. So I will be back in a bit. So fun, so fun, so fun. This is going to be really nice. Alright, I'm back. I've gone a fair distance on the one side. But because of all the craziness that happened in the beginning of this video, I guess somewhere along the line my thread got centered, my needles. So I have, I'm super close to the end. I have a couple more little loops to do, but this is all I have left for thread. So instead of taking everything apart, which would be really annoying, I'm just going to go around this way and do the same thing over here. And then I'm going to, this is just something you can do if you need to, if the same thing happens to you, which it might not, but it might, is just carry on in a loop. So I'm just gonna do all my loops, all my embellishment on this side, go through my wire guardian, add my 11s like I need to over here, and then just meet it and then tie off and then weave it in. And then we'll be ready to add the closure. So, just so you know, it's not a crisis if this happens to you, like it did to me. But, yeah, keep going. Keep filling in the gaps and adding those amazing crystals, because it's worth it. It's going to be great. Okay, so I'm going to carry on as I was, and I will see you shortly. Alright, ta-da! We've got our bracelet band all done, and it's super supple and lovely. Very, very comfortable, which is a bonus. And you can't see any place where I tied off that short thread and carried the longer one through. So it's really not a huge deal. Now I'm going to add my clasp. So I'm going to do that by adding jump rings. So here's one. I have these cute little mini tools. Aren't they cute? I just got them. They're so sweet. So there's one, half of it. And here's my other jump ring. And put it through the other guardian like so. And the toggle bar. There we go. There! So let's see how, if I was right with my prediction here. It might even be longer. Oh, it is. Holy cow. Well, I can shrink it with some smaller. It inspires you to get some rounduos if you don't have any yet, and weave something up with them. Come up with something. People are coming up with great things out there, and you can too. So there you go. I will see you soon. If you want to see this channel grow and thrive, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you soon. Bye.